So this is a cool looking truck, just came in. This is a 2026. It's a 3/4 ton Bighorn with the night edition in the crew cab. And what I really like about this is the new paint that came out. It's the ceramic gray. And it just looks fantastic. A couple things. It's got the high output Cummins diesel with the new 8-speed automatic transmission, so there should be lots of gears for pulling and doing all that kind of good stuff. A couple things on this one. It does come with adaptive cruise control. It's got the LED headlights, so the visibility should be great this winter. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. It also comes with the fifth wheel prep package, which we're going to take a look at when we get to the back. And then, of course, the night edition, so you get like all the black badging, the black rims, all that extra blacked out stuff. They do a little bit different on the grill as well. So instead of having the chrome, everything's done in black, so looks really good. It comes with the power telescoping mirrors. Inside, we got the 12-inch touch screen with the nav. Take a look at that when we crawl inside. It's got a little Mopar bed step at the back, which I'm going to show you when we get back there. Alpine sound system. It's got a subwoofer. All-weather floor mats we added to this one, and we also added the auxiliary upfitter switches, which I'm going to show you. It comes with the side steps right from the factory. We had them put them on there too, and they're wheel-to-wheel, which is kind of handy. It allows you to get in the box pretty easy if you need to. And we also added the optional skid plate to help protect the transfer case, so if you're doing lots of off-road driving. Should be a copy of the window sticker if you want to take a look at that. You just go to our website. It should be on the vehicle description page. You can just click on it and take a look at it and see all the stuff it came with. So across the front with the package, you notice it's all the gray and everything all painted to match with the bumpers. So that looks really good. The LED headlights, what they're referring to that there is in here, in the brightness of those. They're a little slimmed out. They look pretty sharp. Also has the fog lights down there as well, which is good for when you're driving, obviously, when the visibility's a bit low. Kind of nice to use at dusk, too. It's got the front sensors. That's what these little guys here are for. So they're going to, if you're about to run into something, they're going to start beeping at you. You'll also see it's got a nice heavy-duty closed tow hook there, so you can put your tow rope around there when you're pulling your buddy out when he gets stuck. So it's got all that. On the side, of course, we've got to have the Cummins, right, with the nice big red logo. And I like how it ties in there, too, with the heavy-duty on the hood itself. Full-length boards. When I was showing you about the boards, about stepping in the box, you can kind of see how the board extends past the end of the cab. It goes a little bit further. So when you want to climb into the box, these boxes are pretty tall. So it's nice to be able to step on there so you can reach over into the box itself. Power mirrors. It's got the convex mirror down here. I'm going to show you when we get to the driver's seat how to open and how to operate those. You can manually move them power operate them from the driver's seat, which is super handy. They also power extend, but you can kind of see when you pull it out, you'll need to adjust that again. So it's nice to be able to just move them right from the driver's side. It also comes with LEDs. It's got these little LED lights in here. There's also another one in here, and you can turn those. There's a switch you can use to flick those on, and it allows you to see what you're doing when you're working at night. Inside, we've got the bucket seats. These are a nice cloth, comfortable. They got lots of side bolster support, so if you're driving on long road trips, you can get good and comfortable. Lots of little storage area in there on the buckets. There's also this lid that flips up. Another tray in there for throwing some of your junk, and then down there's your normal glove box with your little owner's little pamphlet they give you. All-weather floor mats, you can see that these are the better ones. They go up the side. They're molded to fit, so they should help keep your carpets in good shape. They got little snaps that hold them in place, so you can just take them, unsnap them. If you're not to clean them, you can just take them out and hose them off. That way they're not getting all munged up and jammed up underneath the dash. Lots of nice trim design. On the Bighorns, you get a little bit fancier door panel. You get like the cloth inset, some chrome, some of this carbon fiber looking stuff, so they kind of dress it up a little bit. Some more storage areas in here. There's some more down below as well. In the back seats, we've got the fold-down armrest. That does flip up out of the way, so this is a 5-passenger if you wanted to. This flips up. Underneath here is your subwoofer, so if you're getting the bass pound, and that's where it's going to come from. And then these just extend, these little plastic tabs, and you can flip them over, give yourself a nice flat load floor, so it makes it easy to load things in and out of here. All-weather mats in the back, you can kind of see how they actually just overlay each other, and they lock kind of into place here a little bit, so it stays nice and neat and tidy. And then underneath here, these flip up, and there's these storage bins in the floor, which are great. They got a little tray that's removable too. You can take this out, like if you want to go clean it off, or if you spill something in there, you can take it out and kind of hose her down. Gives you a place to kind of keep that stuff out of the way. So handy that way. I'm going to push this little mat back in there and snap it in place. Okay, same thing with the rear doors. They're like just like the front. Lots of storage areas and places to put odds and ends. Privacy glass in the back, so if you got little kids, they're not going to get cooked by the heat. It's also nice too. Makes it a little harder for people to see inside the cab with what's going on. Here's where you really start to notice the night edition. You can see how it's got the black ram on the back, black badging that says Bighorn, and then the 4x4. Of course, the best black badge here is our Big Lakes Dodge sticker. That's the best one. But it does have all the badging in the back. Receiver hitch, if you're going to be pulling a trailer, these are the bigger ones. These are the 2.5 inch. You're going to want to get a sleeve that you can slide in there if you're using a 2 inch drop bar. I do recommend that you spend the extra money, though. Buy the bigger drop bar. It just handles the weight a lot better than the 2 inch. It'll tie in with your hitching and everything better. Wiring for your 4-pin down here is your 7. So that they're all, if you pulled both size trailers. And you can see it's got more of those little circle guys down below too. So if you back it up, it'll start beeping there. In the box, we've got a spray-in bed liner. It's right from the factory, so it's good and strong. You'll also see it's got the 5th wheel prep kit. So you see those 4 outside circles, those are if you got a 5th wheel hitch. Those little gaps, they just unscrew. They're like they just dial, like a dial, you just dial them out. And then you can put your hitch in the back. And then the center one there, it's got for if you're pulling a gooseneck. So there's 2 different types of systems that you can buy. The gooseneck one runs about, I think the kit's about $450, I think. Last time I priced one out. And the hitches, depends on how heavy you go. They'll run for anywhere from $1,800 to $3,500 probably, depending on what size it is. At least that's what they were last time I priced them out. So if you are pulling a hitch or a gooseneck or a trailer, just let us know and we'll try to get you the right one for you and get you a quote on that. Over there on the side, there's your wiring. So if you do have to pull a trailer, that just plugs right into there super easy. It also has these LED lights with a switch that you can turn off and on just by hitting those. Makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to figure out what you're doing in the dark. And sometimes the visibility can be a little bit low, particularly if you got a tonneau cover or something on there, if you go with that optional tonneau cover. Okay, here's the side step that I was telling you about. So this just kind of steps out. You just push right here with your foot. Then you got a little step there. Gives you something to kind of hop on when you're trying to climb in and out. And then when you're done with it, you can just kick it out of the way. It folds back up so you're not tripping over it. We added the mud flaps to this. That's all part of the price you're going to see online. But it's something we did as we did the PDI with the dealership. This is the 3/4 ton, so it's going to have a little bit better ride than the 1 ton. It has the coil springs. I'm just going to kind of get underneath here and just kind of show you this suspension system. So you can kind of see how they've got a coil spring pack in there. And then of course they've got all their their torsion bars and all that other stuff. But it rides a lot better than you're going to see with a set of leaf springs. So if you go with leaf springs, they're a little heavier duty. It'll pack a little bit more weight. I think the weight difference is, I want to say 700 pounds, but I have to go look it up. It'll pack a bit more with leaves. But if you're not packing weight and you want something that rides nice, the 3/4 ton's definitely the way to go. So you'll get the best possible ride, but you can still pull all the weight, pull all the trailers, and do all that kind of stuff. Inside here, I'm going to flip up this little seat here. I want to show you some other stuff. So you got some storage under this side. This is a cold weather front. So once it gets cold here in another couple of weeks, you're going to need to put that on the front when you're driving. This will just help keep it warm. Diesels run a little bit cool. It's nice to have this here because it'll help the vehicle warm up a bit better. And then we've got your auxiliary wiring switches. So all these wiring, there's under the hood on the firewall, there's a spot where these wires will plug into, and then you can use it to run, light switches or whatever you want, that sort of stuff. You got extra, anything you want to run on side that's going to have a normal toggle switch. Just makes it easier to hook up to. And then this is if you take your tailgate off, it protects the wiring on the pickup truck itself. Just kind of stops the dirt and the mud from getting in there. Little dome snap here. When you pull this down, you can just take it, and it just snaps into place here with my thumb there. Okay, you can kind of see it. And it just stops that from bouncing around too much. Makes it a little bit quieter when you're driving, so it's not listening to it rattling away. Keeps it a little more secure. Okay, in the front, let's hop up there and take a look inside. We're going to fire it up. Okay, so here we got power locks, power windows, and our power mirrors. So this is our folding mirrors. I'm just going to press the button. You can see how they fold in. And then you're going to press it again, they're going to fold out. There we go. So that's super handy if a fella's like in a parking lot where it's tight, particularly with these bigger mirrors. It allows you the ability to kind of tuck them in out of the way, and then you can, when you're going past the car beside you in a parking lot, you're not banging into it. A couple other things. You've got this button here. So if you press this here, okay, so this is here, I press the in and out button. So now I can power out the mirror all the way out for when I'm pulling my trailer, and I can suck it back in just like that. So if you got a wider trailer and you want to see past the side of the RV, that's handy for that. This one here, if you press this little button here, okay, then what that does is it allows you to use the joystick controls to maneuver the power mirrors. So if you hit on the left-hand side and on the bottom, you can see how I can move the, I don't know if it's going to show up in that video or not, but you can see how I'm moving the driver's side convex mirror. Not such a big deal with these mirrors when you adjust them to move that convex mirror, but it really makes it really handy when you're trying to adjust that convex mirror over there on the passenger side. Because otherwise you reach over, you wiggle it around a little bit, you kind of end up getting them close, but you're constantly moving back and forth. It also has these switches here. This is how you turn those LED lights on that we looked at on the other side. Just by pressing those, you can kind of see, I don't know if, yeah, there you go. You can kind of see a little bit, I guess, in the video there, turning it off and on. So if you're working at night, that's going to make things a lot more visible for you. On the dash itself, you got a nice big tack. We got a nice big speedo, nice little dash cluster there in the middle with your information center. If you scroll through here with these buttons, it'll allow you all the access to the screens. It's going to give you like your fuel economy, distance to empty, all that kind of stuff. Nice heated steering wheel. I'll show you how to turn that on here in a second. You've also got your gear shift limiter, so you can use this to shift up and down if you're going down a steep hill. You can use the diesel engine to hold you back. Between that and the exhaust brake, it's going to make things a lot better. You've got your adaptive cruise control, which is this one here. If you turn it on, you can set the distance between you and the vehicles in front of you just by pressing this button. And then what it does is when you're driving down the highway, when you start to gain on somebody, it'll actually keep a set distance between the two of you. This one here is just like normal cruise control. If you just turn that on, it's just set coast resume, just like normal. This one here, once you start using adaptive cruise, you're really going to like it. If you're not used to it, it's really nice. Down here we got 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, so you just press those. Pretty straightforward to engage your 4-wheel drive. Once again, you probably only want to use 4 low if you're doing like serious off-roading or you need a massive amount of torque for some reason. On the dash itself, we're going to take a look at some different things. Let's hit the home page here. We'll start there. These are customizable screens. You can program what you want to see on the top screen and the bottom screen, or if you want it all solid, whatever, you can go in there and play with them. You can just set different screen settings, so you can put your radio station at the top, say, and let's say down here I would like to put my heated seats, for instance. So now I can turn my heated seats and steering wheel on through the touch screen there and have my radio up top if I wanted to. Next one we got is we've got our audio. I'm listening to Sirius XM. You can also have your AM, FM. You got your different sources. You can use your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. All that stuff's going to go through Alexa. If you want to use that, that's another thing you can do it. There's different genres here. Like, for instance, you can scroll through this. You need internet, though, so it doesn't work as good. If you don't have a really good internet coverage, it's a little bit hard for you, like cell phone coverage. You can listen to different radio stations. This is tied in kind of with the Sirius XM. Audio settings, this is where you program all your stereo, your bass, treble, balance, that kind of stuff. You want surround sound off or on, all that good stuff playable through there. A bigger screen of your heater controls, so you can adjust your temperature. We can turn our heated seats on, turn our heated steering wheel on, all right through there. Vehicle, this is your settings. It's got some cool off-road pages. I'll just show you that. So you got your steering angle. I'm going to turn my steering wheel, and you can see how it's changing the dial as I turn to the right and turn to the left. You can also check your gauges. It'll tell you what's going on with your truck itself when you're off-roading. And you can also have this cool pitch and roll thing. It'll tell you how steep of a hill you're on, or if you're on a steep slide hill, slant, that kind of stuff. So it makes it a little bit more fun when you're off-roading. You've also got the trailer tow screen. And in the trailer tow screen, it'll access all your different trailers. You can name them. You can set them up with your gain that you like to use on them. It'll also keep track of how many kilometers you've been pulling it, that sort of stuff. Cool feature too is the light check. When you hit this light check button and then we activate it, it cycles your lights through the like turn left, turn right, brake light, backup lights, all that kind of stuff. Like it cycles through the system. So all you have to do is hit this when your trailer's plugged in, and then walk to your back of your trailer and just make sure everything's working like it's supposed to be, instead of having somebody, you know, stand back there and yell at you if it's okay or not. So it just allows you to check your lights by yourself without having somebody there to help you. All right, what else we got? You also got, of course, your nav screen. So you can hit on the nav, and then you get all your maps and everything there. Down here, we've got our trailer gain. So you adjust your gain, and then it activate your electric brakes on your trailer, nicely built in, tucked out of the way. We've got a tow haul mode for pulling trailers. That changes your software shift points. And we've also got your diesel exhaust brake that you can activate, and that's going to use back pressure on your engine to help slow the loads down. Turn off our park sensors front and rear. If we don't want those little circles to be beeping at us, we can do that. And then there's our auxiliary upfitter switches. We talked about that when we were kind of looking at the wiring. Basically what it allows you to do is wire something into that light switch, and you can use it to just turn off and on without drilling holes through the firewall, making a big mess. Just makes it super easy, nice and clean. A couple USB ports for charging your phone. Place for your cell phone. You can just jam it down in there, the base of it, and that'll hold it in place so it doesn't slide around. Big, deep bucket. It's got little trays that pop out. If you want to clean it, you can. Got some cup holders, a coin holder. This comes out. If you want to clean it, you can. Spin it around. Fits in there either way. Doesn't matter. Whatever's easiest for you. Armrest. Nice little storage area in here as well for keeping important documents. And then even more storage underneath if you're looking for some extra goodies to keep stuff out of the way. Okay, I think that's this truck in a nutshell. But if you're looking to get yourself into a nice newer diesel, pop on by, take this one for a drive. Fantastic looking truck. You'd be proud to own it. I don't think anybody would be disappointed to have this in their driveway. So give us a shout. Let's get together and have a cup of coffee.